What up, family? You already know what time it is, man. It's time, once again, for your boys from A Puff a Minute. I'm Cigar Mick.
It's Cigar Banker.
And we are here for another Cigars and Conversation with A Puff a Minute. Chilling in the lounge right now, tapping ass here in Las Vegas, y'all, where it all comes together, where we make everything happen, man. So it's always good to be back home, man, amongst family. Back in the studio with my boys.
Yeah.
The banker is in the building, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This brother works harder than anybody out there.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to have him back, man.
Yeah.
We got to chill a little bit last night, chop it up, man. So here we are today.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Early, bro. Early in the morning. You know what I mean? So let's get into it, fam. Like, you know how we do. We always tell the people what we smoking.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we just get into a little convo. And it could be anywhere, bro. It's extemporaneous conversation. That means it's off the top of the dome. You know what I mean?
Big words this
morning. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have my big word juice today, bro. Let's go.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Good morning, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all always taking care of us and following and showing us love. But yeah, this morning we're gonna start off right, man. I got this Tatuaje.
Yes.
You know, Tattoo Pete. It's a friend of the family, man. He always set us off right. He do a great product, man. He does a great product.
Absolutely.
And this is all Nicaraguan. This is the 6x52, I think it is.
Really?
On the Tatuaje. But yeah, man, beautiful smoke, all Nicaraguan, binder filler, all that. But man, I just love Tatuaje. But the one in the vein along the lines with Illusione. Yes. Everybody knows the banker. The banker got a flavor profile.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So this is my flavor profile. But definitely a good smoke, man. I love Tatuaje for sure.
Word up.
It started out as a boutique brand. Yeah. And dude blew up, man.
Yeah.
Blew up.
Sure.
Now he helping other folks, man. He's a big influencer in the advocacy work that goes on in the cigar world.
Exactly.
So shout out to Tattoo Pete, man.
Tattoo Pete Johnson, man. He part of the family, man. That's what's up. I see you, G Wash. What's up, family? I see you, Red Zone Twindo. You know what I'm saying? Y'all out there, man. Appreciate y'all jumping in with us, man. So today, man, I'm actually doing something a little different, right? So you know what I'm saying? We messed with my man Zohar from ZR Cigars, right? Mm-hmm. I saw Zohar on the floor, man, doing PCA, and he reached over and he handed me something, right? Now, you know what? I love when people take feedback. You know what I'm saying, and what have you. Because, again, I mean, he's got some great sticks that are out there, but he knows that I'm more of a Nicaraguan type of dude, man. I like my Nicaraguan puros and all of that. So he came out with a Nicaraguan puro. For those who haven't seen this before, this green label is brand new. Okay, this is the Nicaraguan from ZR Cigars, right? So this is my first time getting into it. You know what I'm saying? I'm already pleased on the opener. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming out. It's really nice and whatnot, man. So shout out to Zohar, man. I feel you on this one, brother. I say you got this one right, and it's correct. I'm enjoying it so far. I'll let y'all know at the end of this, man, how it opens up towards the end and the middle and all that type of stuff. But right now, bro, very mild. It's not overpowering. It's early in the morning. I got a cup of coffee, so I ain't really pairing with no bourbon or anything like that, man. But a nice smoke, man. Nice smoke. Now, before we get into it, there's some things that I need to say and get off of my chest.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me get some things off of my chest, people. Now, real talk, man. PCA was crazy, y'all. It was the bomb. And I want to shout out a few people, man, that was like instrumental in making PCA special for me. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, man, I got to shout out Desiree Silver from Drunk Chicken Cigars. You know what I'm saying? She looked out. You know what I'm saying? She's family, man. She made sure that I was taken care of, the whole nine. So got to shout out Drunk Chicken and Desiree Silver. Also, I want to shout out my man Kevin King from Conscious Cigars. You know what I'm saying? And his entire team. Like I said, I see G Wash is up in there right now. I want to shout out his entire team and stuff like that, man, because again, that's family. And that's how it goes down. There's a brother that I met, man, for the first time, Jamon, man, from Definition Cigars. You know what I'm saying? Show mad love. And like again, he's got a great product that's out there. I was unfamiliar with it personally, but I had heard a lot about Definition Cigars. You know what I'm saying? So this thing has got like a cult following right now. You know what I'm saying? It's up and coming. It's a boutique brand out of Dallas, Texas, I believe, and whatnot. So shout out to Definition Cigars. I know I'm leaving some folk out, and that's not my intention, man. But at the end of the day, I can't remember everybody, but I just wanted to say that. And the other thing that I wanted to say is, about a year ago at a previous PCA, I met this brother, Mac Bostic. Right, he owns a shop in the DMV area called Barbecue and Smoke, right?
Yeah.
So, and me and Mac, we hit it off, man, and stuff like. I come to find out Robin from Robin Blue from Blue ATL.
Oh yeah,
she sells the accessories, the picks, and all of that, and what have you. So that's her brother, right?
Okay.
So he actually has sent me some gourmet chocolates last year, right? Matter of fact, my bag is over there. I have right now some chocolate covered cranberries and stuff.
Okay.
So he just sent me another package this year, bro. Like I said, if y'all ain't hip to barbecue and smoke, go out there and find them, man. They got all kinds of stuff, man. But the gourmet chocolates are off the chain, bro. And it's really cool, man. When you finish your stick, throw something in there, man, to reset your palate and what have you. But Robin and Mac are a part of a company, man, it's called NYA Worldwide, okay? And they do a lot of different things. But the reason I wanted to bring them up this morning is because they are doing a premiere for a movie or a documentary, right, on the cigar culture, right, as we refer to it, the culture within the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to bring that up real quick before I even get too deep and forget about it and whatnot. But so what he sent me milk chocolate covered blueberries, pretzel balls, peanuts, and cranberries. Okay. He sent me dark chocolate covered cherries, walnuts, peanuts, cashews, and pecans, for my Southerns. And then he sent me some gummies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, they not like gummies, but they gummies.
CBD, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're not infused with anything like that, bro. But, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, he sent some of their world-famous chapstick that they have down there as well. But NYA Worldwide, right? They're sponsors of the new movie that's called Smoke Big, all right?
Smoke Big.
And it's going to be at the Miracle Theater in Inglewood, California. Y'all take notes, all right? The Miracle Theater in Inglewood, California on Wednesday, August 30th, from 5:30 to 9:30. I think we need to go ahead and make that ride, bro.
Hey, and we'll post it up on the site, right? We'll post it up on IG and stuff so everybody gets the info after this.
Absolutely. And I asked them to send me a trailer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I can put the trailer up as well, man. But y'all look for that, man. Just follow that, man. And you can reach my man Mac Bostic at Cigar Man at Barbecue, and that's barbecue-and-smoke.com. All right, and I'll put that at the bottom of the scroller, man, for those of y'all who are watching on Spotify and YouTube. Right, for the live, y'all just need to take notes, man. Scroll back, watch it again, or go watch it in one of those other spots. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on with that, fam. Sure. So yeah, so I wanted to get those shout outs out of the way real quick, man, before we start moving. I saw a lot of other folk, man. I saw my people from Cavalier Cigars, you know what I'm saying?
Black Star Line.
Black Star. Oh, yeah, man. I can't forget Black Star Line, you know what I'm saying? Black Star Line, So, like, everybody was out, man. It was like a family affair, you know what I'm saying? It was just a great, too many names. It's too many, bro.
Cavalier was in there, all the folks, man.
Exactly. But what happened to your boy was I was literally burning the candle at both ends that week, you know what I'm saying? And, I was out all day on the convention floor. Then I'm hosting events all night long. I was like operating on 3 hours sleep and all of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And finally, man, my body just burnt out and shut down on me. Like, you can't do no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I literally, man, spent the week afterwards recovering.
Yeah.
So there's still content from PCA that I have not posted yet, right? Yeah. It's still in the can. I haven't had a chance to edit. I haven't had a chance to get it up. So y'all continue to look out for that. It don't matter when we post up. It's still going to be good. You know what I'm saying? So you'll still get a feel for what goes on at those conventions.
We throwing too much at y'all. It's
a lot, man. It's a lot. Y'all keeping up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, again, we got Rita Cigar Houses in the building. You know what I'm saying? Canal Ben, Silver Spoon. I see you, family. What's going on? All right, I see my man Smoking Shields. Gil, you in the building. What's up, fam? We appreciate y'all. Real talk, So this is how so I guess this week, I guess y'all could hear a brother, right? So when I did the Malua joint, bro, I didn't put set the mic up right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people was like sending all kinds of messages like, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I'm at home like, what's going on with Mick, man?
Bro, that's why I be needing you in the building, brother. Keep a brother straight.
Yeah, 2 minds work better than one sometimes.
Absolutely. All right, so fam, let's get into a little something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna relight real quick, but let's get into a little something, man. And like I said, We can go anywhere, y'all. Like I said, family, we never, when me and Banker get on the camera, man, we never sit back and be like, hey, what we gonna talk about today? This, that. We just sit down, man, and we just chop it up because we believe the best part of cigar smoking are the conversations that people have while they're smoking cigars. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the barbershop, man. Like, my pops owned the barbershop, and I used to sit up there, I'd be sweeping up their hair and listening to the old heads, man, just be like arguing about everything. It didn't matter. It could be sports. It could be, just, whatever's going on in the world at the time, and just listen to people debate, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I really grew to love the art of argumentation. You know what I'm saying? Not fighting, but argumentation. Like, if you could defend the position and maybe perhaps change my mind on something, you good. You see what I'm saying? So that's
it was so funny, man. You talk about the barbershop. I was like, I heard a white comedian tell a joke one time talking about black people in the barbershop. He's like, what's the biggest difference between black people and white people going to the barbershop? He's like, we leave when our haircut done. You know what I'm saying? I remember going to the soul food spot, M&M's. Shout out to M&M's in Vegas. We'll go to M&M's and get lunches for all the barbers. And I worked, everybody in my barbershop didn't eat pork. So they was eating smoked turkey necks and turkey legs and chicken this and whatever because they ain't pork. So I would run to the spot, get them the food, come back. I'd be at the barbershop 5 hours, man. I remember when me and my wife were dating, I took her to the barbershop for the first time. Never been in a black barbershop.
That was a serious relationship.
Oh, yeah, I had to show her off.
To the barbershop.
I had to show her off, bro. And so sure enough, my barber said, hey, you got you one. I said, I know. And here we are. But, man, the barbershop is so funny. But like you said, man, the natural conversation that happens in a barbershop, right?
Absolutely.
And even you and I, we have debates from time to time, right? I know everybody get on us. They probably be like, oh, y'all talk Trump so much. And y'all talk politics. It ain't about politics. It's about what's happening in everyday life,
Exactly. Right? You can stick your head in the sand, you know what I'm saying, to pretend like you don't see what's going on, or you can pretend, or you can just, be agnostic or, indifferent and not care. But it's still going to affect the world that we live in, right? The world that you raise your children in and what have you. So we might as well conversate about it. You might as well take a stand, right? Everybody ain't got to have the same position on everything. You know what I'm saying? That's why this country was built, in the way that it was, man, with freedom of speech and all of that type of stuff. You should be able to say what you think about. Now, you might get some heat. You know what I'm saying? But if you're avoiding a conversation because you don't want some heat, then in my opinion, you less than a man, right? I'm just saying, bro, like, what you scared of? Say it with your chest, stand behind it, you know what I'm saying? And then deal with the fallout or, or whatever. Everybody like to be loved and praised and stuff like that. But if you're just saying things to be loved and praised, then you're not being genuine. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
you're absolutely right, man. You think about, like, I'm going to start off, man, this whole Trump situation, right? This dude got another indictment, but what was so funny about it, you get another indictment, then you go do not a press conference, but he did a full interview, right? I think it was on CNN. He was on CNN, did an interview, and was talking about what president has ever been indicted. Bruh, okay, so that should show you something's not right here.
I mean, is that a bragging point? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So this is the indictment that matters. In my opinion, like all the other stuff, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the only one that really is like, okay, now we're talking about, inciting insurrection. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that is, I mean, that's in the Constitution, bro. I can't remember, like,
it's under treason.
It is, but it says anybody who was a former president, you know what I'm saying, who participated in or was a party to inciting insurrection can never run again. So that part right there, that is literally in the Constitution. You see what I'm saying? So depending on how they handle this case, bro, you know what I'm saying, to get indicted for it is one thing, but if he gets like convicted of that, then his run at the presidency should be over, and that's why there's so much weight on this one, because he's the front runner right now for the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what they did to DeSantis, you know what I'm saying, but I mean, they buried that dude, bro, because he was loud a few weeks, about a month ago. Now you don't even hear from that dude.
I think he's still in the running, though. He's still gonna be in the running as far as Republican candidates go. But like you said, this is the one that matters. This is the one that could.
This is the only indictment that really matters.
Right.
You know,
so it make it so he can't run for presidency again.
Exactly.
But that don't stop him from doing other things, right?
No.
And he has such influence, right? Every time he speaks, he has such a cult following now. And I think that showed during his presidency, right? He has such a cult following. Now you got not just Republicans, but you got Trump Republicans that separated the party party between who follows Trump and who's a legit Republican.
Exactly.
I don't even think Republicans are legit Republicans, but I don't even want to get on that topic.
Yeah.
At the same time, now you got division in their own party. The Democrats, even though they have division, it ain't division divided by a person.
It's about to be.
But it's not one individual, though.
It's about to be.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? What's that dude, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. or whatever,
bro?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got, other Democrats that are like when I watch this, man, because, the media is very crafty.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? They're very crafty, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what they do is, they, like I said this many times, they call it television programming for a reason. So what they do is they try to manipulate the way that you see things and how you view things and so on. So they can paint somebody, in a negative light, and then you don't even want to hear what they have to say. Right? They did it with Kyrie Irving. They did it with Kanye West. They do. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that these cats was doing was like over the top, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But they start painting. They always do it with the same thing. They come with the anti-Semitic stuff. They come with, some other things and all of that. So they're doing that right now with RFK, right? With RFK Jr. He took a stand on vaccinations and stuff like that, like the whole COVID stuff.
Right.
It wasn't the party, it wasn't the popular party line that everybody wanted to hear and stuff. So now, they pull him in front of Congress, bro, and do all of this stuff, and they're just in the reports that are coming from that is making this dude look like he's just a crazy person. Right. You see what I'm saying? And again, is he crazy? He might be, but again, if you don't form your own opinion to find out what the dude was really about, and you just let the media make the decisions for you, right? Then you're not doing your due diligence.
But how can you bash him, but you don't bash Marjorie Taylor Greene, right?
That's my point.
This lady be everything she says is not factual. It's not based on any historical data.
Facts don't matter no more. We already proved that. We already
say whatever wild thing I want to say. Exactly. I went to school with Martin Luther King, and when Martin Luther King was in school with me, we went through this, that, and the other. I was like, she just say wild stuff, bro. I might as well do the same thing. Yeah. It's like
facts don't matter no more in politics, bro. That ship is sailed. Right? We've already seen that. You know what I'm saying? There's the real truth, right? And then there's the other truth, which is how much can you get other people to believe what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? If you can get people to believe what you're saying, then it becomes their truth. It becomes a truth, but it's not the truth. Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to J Mike, man. I see you out there, fam. Welcome back to the US.
I'm so glad, man. I got somebody close to me, man, that's working in politics that does a great job. Figured out how to navigate that whole playing field, the whole nine, right? But everybody does to figure it out. I got a great example that I'm close to that shown me some of the ways you can work that. But it's hard, man. It's hard. And at the same time, though, he took a stand. You know what I mean? Like you said with Mr. Kennedy, right? Yeah. He ain't take a real stand on anything until COVID happened.
Exactly.
Like, when did you heard about him until COVID happened?
I didn't know he existed.
Facts.
Beforehand. You
Facts,
know what I'm saying? Like real time.
Right? And then we saw what happened after COVID, right? We had this big, all these seats came up in the Senate and in the House, right? They came up. So then you get the Marjorie Taylor Greenes. The Georgia race was crazy. Right. You know, with the Atlanta, with the county in Atlanta. Yeah. All this stuff going up, right? So it just got crazy, man. And South Carolina came out the woodworks talking mess to everybody.
Exactly.
You know, South Carolina was talking big stuff to everybody. Exactly. Like, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. Philly was on the map. So it was like all these different markets came up that wasn't really battleground areas before.
But they are now. Maricopa County in Arizona.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah,
nine, fam.
Well, that's all, to me, being on the West Coast, that's always been one that's been get on your nerves, man. Yeah. You know, it was the last state to adapt Lord Martin King as a holiday. So they governors have always been wild, you know, from the state legislatures on down. They've been wild, but always. And then now Nevada is a big battleground state. Right. You know, we only got a few seats, or a few votes, I'm sorry, in what do you call it, electoral votes. We only have a few votes, right? But at the same time, now we're a battleground state. Okay. So people come to Vegas like crazy. Biden came here, blew it up. Trump came here many times. He's done many rallies in Vegas. Come to Nevada and done rallies and stuff. So, but yeah, the landscape has just evolved so much. But at the same time, like you said, bro, like, when you gonna pump your chest out and just say, I got a platform. This is my platform. This is what I believe in. Exactly. This is what I'm gonna speak on. That's what I'm doing hardline all the time.
There it is. Exactly. Exactly. You got to stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. You know what? I know this is totally off topic, bro, but this is how my mind jump around sometimes, right? But when you were saying Nevada and Battleground, right, I was reminded that Nevada, they call Nevada Battleborn, right?
You gotta say Nevada though, bro. You can't say Nevada.
Nevada. You say potato, I say potato, whatever. But anyway, they say it's the Battleborn state, right? And I hear that all the time ever since I've been out here. The Battleborns, they got like Battleborn parades and all of this type of stuff. Like, what battle, bro? What battle? I never heard of the Battle of Nevada, or however you want me to say it. But
it wasn't really a battle. It was just born out of the battle that happened in when we had the Civil War, right? After the Civil War happened, a lot of people went west, and so people were going west to find gold, right? But the bad part about going west, you had to get over the Sierra Nevada mountains. A lot of people didn't make it. You hear stories like the Donner Party, right? That was one of the biggest stories everybody remembers. They became cannibals and all that because they couldn't get over the mountain.
Right.
They ended up dying or whatever. So they called it the Battle-born state because of that, right? Because it was born out of the battle that happened with Civil War, right? So then you had the battle was born. Everybody was going west. And and I always think about it. It took, what, 6 months to get west, right? Back then. Now we take a flight. We complain about our 3-hour flight. But now it took 8 months to get west, right?
Yeah.
But that's when they kicked all the outskirts out, all the what do you want to call them, like the dregs of society, I guess you call them, all started going west and stuff. A lot of people that came to Nevada and California was criminals. They was all outlaws and criminals from Texas and Oklahoma, all these states that had already been formed and really been built.
You said that like that was new to the whole U.S. story, though.
no, right. Even out of England, right? When we were settling out of England,
the 13 colonies.
There were a lot of them was criminals, right? And the dregs of society. We was like, we're gonna kick them out and push them to a whole new country, not just a whole other state or area.
Exactly.
And that's what happened in Nevada, though. So we came born out of that battle, right? That had happened at the Civil War. But at the same time, like Battleborn, man, we just a Battleborn state. And you think about it, man, we still got a lot of outlaws in Nevada.
True.
You start talking about the mob was involved. Like some of the streets, like Gas. We got a street named Gas, right? That was a whole family, bro. They were shooting each other in the street.
Really?
Gas was shooting against oh man, who was the other family?
Y'all ain't know y'all was gonna get a history lesson today, right?
You know what I'm saying? There was so many families, right, that settled Vegas, and they was coming here and they was outlaws, bro. They was straight outlaws, and they would literally, I killed your son, you killed my son, you killed my auntie, I'm gonna kill your auntie.
Hatfield McCoy stuff.
Yes, very much so, bro. Very much. But yeah, that's kind of what Vegas was born out of. And in addition, you know, we had the Mormon settlement and all that. They came populated. But yeah, man, it was like we was Battleborn. We was born
so
out of
every time I would hear that, I would be like, yo, I never heard of any like wars in the state of Nevada, right? So I'm sitting back like, what battle are they talking about? All right, now I got you.
And then of course, you know, we was talking about Native Americans and things of that nature. You know, we had the whole Native American battles and things that came out of that as well. But yeah. All right,
my man Gil just dropped some knowledge, man. Smoking Shields. He said West Virginia and Nevada were added to the Union during the Civil War.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's starting to make sense.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
We were born out of that progression, out of the Civil War.
Yeah.
So yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we Battleborn.
So that the West Virginia had the Hatfields and the McCoys, and y'all had the Gasses and
yeah. Gas. I can't think. The streets of Bonnevilles. Okay. That was a family. Man, and they all right here. But yeah, there was all these streets right here downtown Vegas was all families that originally settled Vegas, and they was killing each other, like literally, like you killed my son, I'm gonna kill your son. Like they was wild.
The history in Las Vegas is so crazy, right? So, Jay Sarno, right? Jay Sarno was a dude who I think originally built Caesars, right? The original Caesars. And he was mob affiliated, right? So I have some friends now who own Jay Sarno's old house, right? And it's like they call it mid-century manor or whatever, right? So wifey and I, we do weddings and stuff. Sometimes we'll do a wedding over there. But the first time I went to the crib, bro, I was tripping when I walked in, you know, from the street, and I'm noticing there's no windows on the whole front of the house. Like it's just all bricked up. There's so when you go, like the back of it opens up to the golf course, which is like I think it's Old National, whatever it is. Right? So the backside opens up to the golf course and it's beautiful and all that. But in the front of the house on the street, there's no windows. So I'm like, yo, why would they build a house with no windows in the front? They said because he never wanted to get his house shot up from the mob, bro. So he never wanted people to know whether he was home or not. I'm just saying, like that's some type of history that is only germane to Las Vegas. Vegas, right? There's some nonsense like that, bro. But yeah, it's crazy out here, you know.
Yeah, the mob life was real. It was real.
Stay Smoky, what's happening, family?
You see that movie Casino when they land the plane on the golf course? Yeah, it's Grand National.
Okay,
so that the house that Frank lived in, and also that's Grand National. That's all that area, and they landed the plane on the golf course.
Word,
but yeah, mob life is real. I saw Mayor Goodman the other day, his wife now, Carolyn, but I saw him the other day too. He was in the movie Casino.
Right,
you know, he was famous for being a mob attorney,
mob lawyer. Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's still out here, fam. That's crazy though.
They still own stuff, taxi cabs. I don't want to get too into it, but they still own a lot of stuff out here, bro.
Right, exactly.
They still prevalent.
They still out here. That's what it is, man. But yeah, bro, like I mean, shoot, I don't know where we are right now. I don't know what our time is looking like or what have you.
We got a few minutes.
We got a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a new movie out, right? So I love my conspiracy theory people. You know what I'm saying, and stuff that's out there, because they be cracking me up and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just pure entertainment for me. But you know, Jamie Foxx went through something not too long ago when his daughter came out, man, and she was like, yo, pray for dad, you know, so on and so forth. But then after that, his team did what I feel like your team is supposed to do, you know what I'm saying, and they shut it down. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't letting any leaks get out or anything like that on his condition, you know, so on and so forth. I saw a video the other day of him, you know, where he was just like, yo, I'm coming back. I'm working my way back or whatever, but, you know, he's still not 100% yet. Okay, respect. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, you know, they did the whole thing like they did with old boy from Buffalo Bill. Oh, he's been cloned now, he's not the same person, or it's AI generated, you know, and all of this type of stuff and what have you, man, which I feel like is really is funny how people just take stuff and go off, right? And now, of course, the movie comes out, they clone Tyrone, which I haven't watched yet.
I haven't.
You know what I'm saying? I haven't watched yet, but there's been a whole lot of you know, conspiracy thing that's been spinning up behind that movie. Like the movie itself is based on some real stuff, some real truth or what have you, right? So I just thought that was funny and interesting. I don't know. I just brought it up because I was thinking about it, but it's crazy
concept, right? Because they said the same thing about Dave Chappelle, right?
Yes.
All of a sudden, Dave Chappelle went to Africa. He told everybody, I went to Africa. Next you know, he come back and they say he a clone. That's not Dave Chappelle. That's his cousin. They were saying all wild stuff, right, about Dave. And then his voice got deeper. He got all buff and stuff. He was always a little skinny dude. So it happens all the time, right?
But Dave Chappelle is a clone. Now play with you.
Hey, man, we already be talking about, we've talked about this before, though, this secret society, which I do think exists, right?
Oh, it exists.
They pick certain people, they put them in society, and they evolve in a different way, right? You think about the Kevin Harts, you know, just had these meteoric rises and stuff, right? The Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, like the Diddy's, all these people, right? They get into the society, but at the same time, it was so funny when they threw Jamie in the mix, right? And I already said Jamie, I think Jamie got the butt hair when they took the transplant from the butt and put it on his head, right? Because he was going bald. Next thing you know, Jamie had a fresh hairline, right? So I was like, okay, Jamie is changing. He looked like a whole nother cat. And then next you know, one movie after the next movie after the next movie on Netflix. He got like a 5-movie deal with Netflix or something like that.
Exactly.
And it was like you said, you supposed to be laid up in the hospital. They couldn't finish the movie. Now all of a sudden you got a new movie coming out.
Now you all over everywhere. You know
I was like, okay, this is kind of wild. I was like, something going on. Something going on. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna be that cat talking about, you know, they cloning people and AI is wild.
First of all, the ability to clone a human has been around for years.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So I mean, so again, some of that stuff is, you know what I'm saying, the technology is there. Let's say that, right? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, whether or not it's taking place, bro, when you talk about people who live in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's almost like very intriguing how when you see these people, they don't really age. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Betty White was like 98 before she's still out, you know, doing her things and all of that type of stuff. The way that these people just continue to move on. Now, do they have access to something that normal people don't have access? Probably. You know what I'm saying? I remember, you know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not trying to get into crazy stuff like that, but I remember when Magic Johnson first got diagnosed with AIDS. Back then, that was a death sentence.
It was.
But he was the only person I saw with AIDS who was gaining weight, you know what I'm saying? Who was, you know, because the word was like that there was actually a cure, but it just wasn't available for everybody at that time. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that.
For another year after the diagnosis, right?
Exactly. He kept playing and all of that type of stuff. He left and came back. You know, I think he came back for an All-Star game or something like that. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like when you look at that portion of society, you talk about secret societies, they exist, but they secret for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And again, when you're looking at like the music industry, bro, like I knew Jamie, I'm not gonna say I knew Jamie Foxx, but I hung out with Jamie Foxx, you know what I'm saying, before he blew up, because his roommate was a friend of mine. This dude named Kevin was a friend of mine and everything when I was in San Diego and you know, and all that type of stuff. And Kevin was like you know, we used to do music and stuff. I was doing a little stuff in the music industry back there. So and all of that. And Jamie actually hosted some events for us, cause it was, but he wasn't fair. He was like, you know, a B-C list, you know, talent on In Living Color at the time, man. He wasn't really getting a lot of time. It was like the first season that he was on there or something like that. You know what I'm saying? His career, like you said, took off meteoric, like a meteor, right? Meteoric. That's the word I was looking for. So, you know what I'm saying? But you wonder, like, do people make agreements, man, or something like that in order to get to that level? Or is it just straight pure talent? He a talented dude. You know what I'm saying? The whole time we was doing all of that stuff, man, you know what I'm saying? And we was trying to build a record label. I never knew the brother sang. I had no clue that he sang. Never let that on, right? I would be sitting there in the apartment, man. Jamie would be there. I remember Angela Means would be up in that piece and whatnot, you know, and they would just all be up in there cracking jokes on each other, bro. I didn't even like to come in, man, because as soon as I walked through the door, I was like, I was getting hit, bro. I'm like, man, I hate coming over here. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just crazy, man, when you look back and stuff like that and see what happened with other people's careers and stuff, man.
And you wonder why some people didn't have those kind of careers, right? That was great actors or talent in their industries or whatever they was doing, and didn't have those same kind of meteoric rises, right? Or they got cut off at the legs. Right. At some point, they just like we couldn't move on forward with you, right? For one reason or another. And it's funny, you see Kanye now. Everybody calls Kanye crazy. But I'm not saying he is. I like him. I thought we had one over here, the big boy. But man, when I tell you, it was everybody wanted to call Kanye crazy. But how can you be crazy when you speaking your truth? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so what they gonna call us? You know, 10 years from now, they're gonna say a Puff a Minute was off they rocker. You know, the Banker and Mick was off they rocker.
If we lucky.
You know, if we ever get to that fame, right?
They still talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we gotta talk wild, so I gotta bring a porn star on my podcast, right? To do well. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather have this conversation with my guy and say we're gonna have a real conversation, right? But at the end of the day, they're gonna come to us one day and say we were talking nonsense and we was crazy or whatever. No, we was just speaking our truth. Right. This is our truth. This is how we think. This is what we think about on a day-to-day basis. Absolutely. It wasn't about trying to have fame. It wasn't about you know, trying to have clout and all this stuff they talk about nowadays. But that's why I say, man, like this whole secret society stuff, and I've had an opportunity to meet several people in my life that have had enormous wealth that don't even make sense, right? And these cats be on a whole nother level. I've only met one that spoke his truth no matter what. Only one. And he just spoke his truth all the time. He a family member of mine. And he never deviated on me, bro. Got you. Never. And I was like, okay, this a real cat. He never thought about he had wealth. He just said, I'm me, and this is what I'm doing. I wish we could get more of that, right? I want a Jamie Foxx to speak his truth. I want a Tom Cruise to speak his truth. I want different people to speak their truth, but it doesn't happen. They I don't know what it is. I don't know. They got restrictions on them, whatever you want to call it. So
I mean, it starts at a very lower level, you know what I'm saying, and it gets to that point, bro. But at the end of the day, my belief is, you know, you make certain sacrifices early on, and then they hold that stuff over you, you know what I'm saying, for years on end, bro. And again, it could be as simple as, you know, a fraternal order, but I just said there's things out there that we're not privy to, right? Absolutely. And I'm okay with that. Just let me sit in the background and speculate. You know?
I'm okay not to be in that society because I don't want to not be Jaren. I don't want to not be the banker. You know what I mean? Exactly. I want to be me all the time. And we was talking about this last night, man. It's like I tell everybody all the time, when I pass away, I hope that all what y'all put on my gravesite is 100. I was 100 all the time. I was like, that was the truth about Jared all the time. I was always me. It didn't matter if I was at work, I was doing other things, I was doing whatever projects. You and I met, bro, and that's what I always said about you. I was like, this dude ain't never treated me nothing nothing different than who I am.
Respect,
and
bro.
That's what I was like. Okay, that's why I vibe with my guy. I was like, he ain't never treated me different. Didn't matter what your status was, what your level was, my status was. We always been vibing. That's what I hope 100. People say about me, bro. That's what I hope they say about me.
That's what it is, man. I'm gonna say you're a grown man every day.
Hey, don't make me pull out the tap,
that
bro.
Tap. You still got that tap.
Yeah, the game, man. Grown man every day. Shout out to my boys. You know, Ronnie, Breeze, Mike, man, Bubba. You know, we was the grown men every day in high school. Right, we was all dealing with like certain situations when we was young. We had to grow up so fast. You know what I mean? It's like I was living with my grandparents. I got kicked out the house. All these different things, right? We grew up so fast, and that moniker just stuck. It was like we was grown men every day.
That's what it is.
Every day.
I love it, bro. I love it.
I was uniquely made. That's what they say, right? It was uniquely made.
That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, but you know, there's things that resonate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, with different people and stuff like that, man. Like I said, I felt like, you know, I grew up really fast up in Jersey and stuff like that. I had to, right? It's survival of the fittest type of a situation. You know what I'm saying? So again, I see that in you, bro. That's one of the things we vibe on.
I have to tap you sometimes. That Patterson coming out, bro. I was like,
you got to
like,
slow me down. Slow down, man. Slow down. Don't do it. You know, every now and then, bro. It be tugging on a brother. Every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, fair. So I mean, yeah, bro, everything else is lovely, man. You know, family good, you know what I'm saying, doing what they do.
Yeah.
You know, but again, like I said, bro, for me, it feels good to be back on my feet, bro. We've been taping for a minute right now. I ain't coughing, I ain't sneezing. You know what I'm saying? I'm smoking. This is my second cigar since I was down hard. You know what I'm saying? I smoked one last night, smoking this one this morning on the show and everything. And yeah, I'm about a third into this ZR Nicaraguan right now, bro. I like this, bro. Okay. Like, real talk, man. I you know, I'm not gonna cuss, but I'll F with these. You know what I'm saying? So like, real talk, man. So
we grown, he fucks with those.
Yeah, I fuck with these, man. But you know, sometimes I be like, yeah, one day my grandkids are gonna be watching this. You know what I'm saying? But nah, these right here, bro.
People tell me stop cussing.
Yeah, I see ZR just joined, man. Zohar, man, I'm shouting you out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm smoking that Nicaraguan that you gave me at the show, bro. I'm enjoying it right now, man. I'm letting the people know that I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? So again, that just is. You know how Mick do, y'all. I don't say nothing I don't mean. You know what I mean? So
and we ain't gonna push no cigar.
I don't push nothing.
We smoke what we like.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't selling cigars on this show.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we push what we like. And the family, you know, Zohar part of the family now. You know, with a puff a minute.
Yes.
So shout out to Zohar and the crew over at ZR.
Yes, exactly. Sure. You know what? So when we were shouting people out in the beginning, I did forget my man Rick, man.
Okay.
Rick Rodriguez, man. West Tampa Tobacco, man. That is my brother from another. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got to shout him out, man. We always have a good time when we hook up and everything like that. We got our little secret agenda, man. We're trying to get the kids together and all of that type of stuff, which is a lot of fun, man. His daughter is absolutely beautiful. Sarah, his wife is beautiful. It's just a whole like beautiful family, yo. And to see a family and business together like that, and to see the astronomical growth that they've had with West Tampa, because they've only been out for like a year now. You know what I'm saying? And
really well.
If you see that interview, I haven't posted it to the YouTube or Spotify or anything like that yet. But if you caught the live when I did it on the floor with them, man, and when he talks about the meteoric rise and how they're in 33 countries now and doing all, it's just amazing. You know, it's just really amazing, man. So shout out to West Tampa Tobacco. You know, as well.
And I have to get his plug, man. So one of the things that people don't realize about the cigar industry, even though you hear a company say we sold 100 million cigars or whatever in a year, these are family-owned businesses.
Yes,
they are family-owned businesses. They are still considered small business as far as the standards of business go in the economy, right? These are small businesses creating jobs and creating economies of scale and things of that nature. I got to go to an event during PCA. Unfortunately, it was a very small event, but got to sit down with the Padron family. You know, a few other folks, right, that was in the room, the Drew Estates crew. So folks came in, but these are family-owned businesses.
Absolutely.
And I think people forget that because they be like, oh, they sell cigars everywhere. I was like, these dudes is in their business every day. When they start talking to you about the tobaccos, the factories, the manufacturing process, the logistics process, they are in the trenches every day dealing with this stuff day to day.
Exactly.
So I just love it, man. I love it. You know, Illusione is one of our favorites, right? Illusione, we talk about them being up in Reno. You know, Dion going to DR all the time, sourcing tobaccos, tasting stuff while you're there, smoking leaf by leaf, just to get the blends right. I was like, I don't think people understand sometimes the work that goes into just making this little thing that we enjoy on a day-to-day basis. Right. So I just had to get that plug, man.
That's
being a business guy and supporting small business, I just love to tell their stories as much as we can. Because at the end of the day, they're a small business and a family-owned business. I love that.
Absolutely,
you start talking about Thomas connections and stuff like that, man. It's like people don't understand. Like, you got to scale at some point, but it started somewhere.
It started somewhere. Exactly, bro. And for me, that's why I really love a lot of the boutiques, brands and stuff like that. It's the story behind the brand. It's like what made you want to do this? What made you want to get into this industry? You know what I'm saying? What motivated you? You know what I'm saying, to come out with your own cigar brand and so on and so forth. So those stories, man, are what I really love. And again, I watch a ton of interviews and stuff like that, and a lot of times people talk about the product. They talk about the product. They talk about, okay, what type of tobacco is this and such and such, but they rarely get to the root, man, to the story. And that's what I love when I sit down with people. I want to get to the root of it, man. Yo, how did this whole thing come about, man? What took you from there to here? You know what I'm saying? And what's your goals for the future, so to speak, man? Because that's what I really vibe on.
It's so funny. How many times do you do an interview with somebody, right, like a Desiree or a Pete, and that's the first thing they say is, I'm so glad you didn't ask the typical interview question. What new cigar you got coming out this year? Tell us about the construction of the cigar. No, I want to know your story. And then you know what happens naturally out of that? They tell you about the cigar.
They tell you about
because it's just a natural part of the conversation. But to start off by saying, tell me your story. Why did you do this? Why did you get into it? And I think people appreciate that when they see us on the floor at a TPA or TPE or a PCA or Big Smoke coming up. That's what they appreciate about us when we show up. Is like we want to tell their story. We don't want to just talk about the cigar. This thing is beautiful anyway. You're doing a great job. The fact that you here and you in this space, you're doing a good job.
You got here.
Let's talk about how you got here. That's the best thing. Man.
Like, I was sitting down talking to Eric, man, from Black Star Line. You know, so people don't know Eric was a fireman. You know what I'm saying, in Chicago, bro, and stuff. But everything along that, he doesn't do anything without intention. You see what I'm saying? From the name of the company, you know what I'm saying, Black Star Line, you know what I'm saying, if y'all don't know, Google it, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, to every cigar, Lalabella, man, when he started telling me about Lalabella, man, was like the, I think he was telling me it was like the underground, like, or the stone churches or something like that in Ethiopia, you know, like everything that he has, there's an intention behind it, bro. You know, there's a story behind everything that he does, and I feel like that's just, you know, that's crazy because, you know, it shows that there's a lot more to him than just producing a stick. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's educating at the same time and stuff. I love stuff like that, man.
And it's so funny you say that, man, because how many cats have we met in the cigar game that have this background or this story, and they started telling us about the history of the stick, and not just the stick, but, you know, why they got into the game in the first place. One of the ones that comes to my mind is Dion, right? Dion with Illusione. Dion grew up in Vegas. Next thing you know, me and Dion having a conversation, find out Dion grew up in my area. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I'm from the west side of Vegas. Dion from the west side. Right? And then moved up to Reno and blah, blah, you know, the whole story, and that's facts. But, man, there's so many, right? To have these stories, it's like, okay, they had a life and they had a history. Nick, right? Nick with Foundation. You start talking about him, going to Ethiopia, right? Getting a ring from the king of Ethiopia. Like, it's like, okay, bro, like, you wild. You a different dude. You a different cat, man. So, yeah, man, it's like these people have such beautiful stories to tell.
I agree.
And I'm so glad we got to the industry. We got to hear these stories and be a part of it, man. It's been a beautiful thing.
It really has, man. It really has, man. And again, like I said, sometimes, you know, you go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had a nickel for every time I was like, yo, we shutting it down, bro. Yo, Puff a Minute is over. This is just way too much.
The banker's too busy.
The banker's too busy. It's way too much, man, you know, to keep doing this. You know, not feeling the love here or whatever the case may be. I'm done. But then when I'm done, then it's like, let's go shoot the episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, fam, like I said, this is a passion thing, man. It's part of who we are and what we do and stuff like that. We're not doing it for filthy lucre. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of lucre behind it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's not why we do things. But that's what allows us to stay true to who we are too, right? Because we're not beholden to anybody.
If we had a tape recorder every time we linked up, bro, I think people would be like, okay, these dudes is on something. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even catch all the conversations we have. Y'all only get to see what we post up. But the conversations is beautiful. When I tell you, we had real convos. We had real convos. I'm talking life, business, relationships, you know, with our wives. And all these, like, we talk everything. Everything. We could go all over the place on y'all if we wanted to.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about, it's all about being resilient. You know what I'm saying? It's about taking the good with the bad, you know what I'm saying, bouncing back from the hard times and stuff like that. We had a conversation yesterday that's like, historically, you know what I'm saying, we come from a people that always got the worst of everything, and whatever it was, they turned it around and made it sexy. You know what I'm saying? So again, right, you know what I'm saying, like we was talking last night, was like, yo, when our people were brought here in chains and stuff like that, bro, they had to survive on grits or whatever. I said, but now, you know what I'm saying, people are like knocking themselves out to get some shrimp and grits, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever to get, because we made it sexy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Belly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on now, you wasn't eating pork belly and bacon.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is, bro. So, if you could take what, like the old folks used to say, man, you get lemons, you turn it into lemonade or what have you, bro. You just got to take what you got. Everybody's got something. Everybody's got a talent. Everybody's got a thought process or whatever. If you take your God-given assets, bro, you know what I'm saying, and you build upon those, man, you can do something great.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's really what it comes down to. You can do something great. You don't need what somebody else has. Just look at and see what you got. You know what I'm saying? Go from there.
On that note, I think that's it, bro.
It is.
I think that's a beautiful episode, man. We're going to hit y'all with some great content today. Yeah. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Let's do it. Shout out to Cigar Life 66. I see you out there, family.
Hey, beautiful, man. We got a lot of people jumping on live this morning. That's a good deal because, we ain't always consistent. But when we jump on, we appreciate the fact that y'all join us, even though we ain't consistent. You know what I mean? So at the same time, keep showing us that love on IG. We appreciate that. Comment, like everything we do. But at the same time, please take that activity over to YouTube.
Yes.
Show us the love there. View the library episomes. Like Mick said, we got so much content that's going to be coming up. Mick still got some stuff to post up.
We got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah, man. We got so much. And I'm the worst, man. I should probably do a photo dump one day. I got hundreds of photos, man. I don't even dump, right? I went to Houston this year. Went to Houston Cigar Week, other places. We got to dump that stuff up. People can see the love we get when we travel, when we in town, PCA. People know a puff a minute and want to show us love.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate y'all keep doing that because, like I said, it's a passion project for us at this point. We doing this because we love it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, take that love over to YouTube, comment, like, share, click the bell link so you get the notifications when we do post something up new. And then the podcast, man. We on every podcast platform you can think of. On Apple, we're on Pandora, we're on Spotify. Make sure to go over there, listen to us while you're in the gym, you're in the car. You can put a puff a minute in your ears, man, and listen to the convo. We doing good stuff. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you again.
And we definitely want... we're trying to build that followership on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? So again, we appreciate y'all on the other platforms, but please make sure that you go ahead and join and follow us on the Spotify as well, right? Because that's something that we're really trying to take to another level. I feel like that's the platform in the future. In a lot of ways now that they're allowing video. You know what I'm saying? So so that's something that's huge, man. Other than that, man, again, man, shout out to Tap and Ash, man, for allowing us to come in here and let us do what we do on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis or whenever we feel like it basis. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely appreciate Melvin and Michelle, man, for the love that they show us and letting us come out here and do what we do. You know what I mean? So on that note, man, we're going to go on out, family. All right? You have been watching another Cigars and Conversation with your boys from A Puff a Minute. I'm Cigar Mick.
Cigar Banker, people.
And we out of here, y'all. Peace, man.